Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back with your host Kenkukun, and here is my Anthem review. Now, first, take note that I played this game by myself. I played it on hard difficulty, so some of the things I may say may not hold true. Like, on hard difficulty, I felt like my guns were very ineffective, and the idea of this game is to get to end game and work yourself up and play harder difficulties. And if it just gets progressively harder and weapons are increasingly less effective, that's gonna kind of suck. I didn't really see any effectiveness in my weapons until I got a masterwork weapon. That was end game story. So, the first screen you've seen a moment ago, sorry, I know I did this out of order. The first screen you'd seen a moment ago was character selection. Now you see the javelin selection. Character selection creation screen consists of male, female voice, and then a preset of faces for whichever one you've chosen. That's it. The javelin screen, you get 4 javelins, select one. That's where most of your customization is going to come into, anywhere from colors to patterns on your javelin to your loadout, weapons, abilities, and all of your little additional perks that are going to help you actually do all of the content in the game. Now, big issues. The biggest issue in the game so far still was the audio bug. I would say that is the thing that hurts the game the most. I didn't experience an audio bug outside of free roam, and when I did, the only way to fix it was to restart the game. Well, I said, forget that, turned on Spotify, and listened to music while I did the free roam, because I wasn't missing any main story. But if you're here for the story, and it's phenomenal, if you only want the story, you need to wait for the audio bug to be fixed. Also, crashes. Probably the second most annoying... No, sorry. There's the most annoying thing in this game, and we'll cover that. Crashes are kind of annoying. I really hope they get that fixed soon. I crashed once, and it was... I actually crashed twice, and only one time it was during a stronghold boss fight, and I crashed out, and when I came in, it was just me and one other player, and it had been like that for a while. But we had the boss almost half dead. We were going to probably beat it that time, but there was another bug where my teammate was down when I loaded in. It wouldn't load me in with him. It wouldn't let me kill myself, and he couldn't respawn, so we couldn't reset. So I had to leave, and when I came back, he was gone. I was the only one in the session. I left too. So that kind of sucked. So if you're here for the story, give it a little bit of time. The audio bug needs to be fixed. The crash kind of needs to be fixed. The only other time I missed a climax was from loading screens, the #1 killer in this game. Now, it didn't kill the game for me, but it's going to kill the game for many. There are so many loading screens. I would load a mission with a loading screen, and then load into a loading screen that said, hey, you're too far away from the mission area. We're going to load you there. So I got double loading screens. And I think that's because I played solo and it was filling me into other players' games that had friends. Now, if you're going to play with friends, you might not run into that. And I guess the easiest walk around for that, the easiest band-aid is, hey, when you guys spawn up, don't move. Wait for everyone so we can catch as much dialogue as we can. We don't miss anything. There you go. So, the story is really great. The more I played and the more I watched and listened to the characters develop, and some characters come, some characters go, along with my character development, I was like, man, this story is phenomenal. I want to keep playing more. When I started getting masterwork weapons, I'm like, man, this is it. I'm at the end game. I want to get more. When I started hitting different contracts, epic contracts, I was like, man, I want to get more. I didn't come across a legendary contract, which is where you get legendary equipment. I assume it's weapons and abilities. I did not have the chance to come across any of those. So I didn't get to see that. I seen an epic contract. It was a run-of-the-mill contract. You know, everything was a little more difficult, but it wasn't anything I hadn't done yet as far as activity goes. Another con for the game, limited activities. They were relatively repetitive. Now, keep this in mind. I may sound like, you know, I'm kind of tired of that, because I am. I've played a lot of other looter shooters. I've played a lot of Destiny 2 and Destiny 1. I've been with it for a very long time. I played Division. I played MMOs. There's just, at some point in time, a person gets to see the pattern and repetitiveness. If this is your first game you're walking into, you're going to enjoy it. Do I think you should... if you were to choose between this game and Destiny, I would probably tell you to... if you're not in a rush, give Anthem a little bit before you purchase either, and it might turn out great. Destiny does very well, but this isn't a Destiny review, just a comparison analysis. At this point in time, Destiny's probably still the better game, but they have more experience under their belt with this type of game. Anthem does plenty things well, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And they marketed towards the Destiny community. They said, I believe there was a quote out there that said, we are going for the Destiny community. Something along those lines, a paraphrase. And I was like, oh, okay, well, they kind of missed the ball there. When it comes to strongholds, which are equivalent to Destiny strikes, they were lacking. Ideally for me, this is my definition. When it comes to boss fights, I want mechanics. Now, I want mechanics. I don't want the boss to go immune and I gotta do something every single fight. I don't want to see repetitive mechanics for any one boss. I want to see other things. So this was one of the things I thought. There was a boss in this game. I won't say what, but it's kind of a spoiler boss. There was a boss in this game and he put little bombs on the floor. Now, it said, hey, shoot these bombs before they explode. Oh, wow. All right. Really cool. I was like, man, this game has hope. This is like the real first boss mechanic I've seen in this game. The game has hope. At the same time, I just flew around. I started to shoot him, but then I realized, hey, I can fly. And I never shot him again. I didn't need to. And it never blew me up out of the sky. So I just kind of flew away from those. So I'm like, it's a good mechanic, but it wasn't practical. I wasn't forced to stay on the ground. My flying wasn't disabled, which is also a mechanic in the game. Some places your flight can be disabled. And I was just like, man, that was easy. And then there was a boss that they threw their weapon at me. And I was like, oh man, what are they going to do with that? All they did was teleport to it. And I think that was it. And I was just like, oh. That could have been something. Now here's the mechanic. This is coming from like an MMO standpoint or a Destiny raid equivalent. They could have threw their weapon at me or any one of us on the team, and we had to destroy the weapon, or it blew everyone up and we died, like a wipe mechanic. To me, that's a mechanic. Man, we gotta stop this. We're in trouble. Now there was another stronghold and another boss. Whoops. Spoiler, there was a different boss that kind of had the same mechanic, or that had mechanics to it, and I was like, this mechanic's a little bit better. I really have hope for this game. The boss fight, the first boss fight that I talked about was better than the second one, but they have mechanics there. They just need to take it a little bit farther. If they do that, there is a lot of potential for this game to want other people to play it that love PvE. Oh, by the way, there's no PvP in this game as of right now, and they said it's not ruled out, it's just not a immediate focus of the game. So there's that. So this is PvE strictly. There's a lot of hope. I think this game needs just a little bit of time. So you have, again, contracts, legendary contracts, where you get your legendary weapons. You have the Shaper Storms. No one, as far as I know, as of this recording, no one's played that. I don't know what they are. I kind of have an idea of what they might be because I feel like I've seen it in the game, but it wasn't called a Shaper Storm. So, it's just a small hunch, but I won't say anything more on that because I just do not know. So let's go over. We got some cons. We got bugs that need to be fixed. We got a little bit of lack of content. It's different, it's new. I'm still enjoying it, but I feel like the polish will wear off real quick. Now, if Anthem does what they say, and the world is ever changing and evolving, and it's on a very frequent time frame, if the content stays like this, and we add content every 3 months, if they fall behind 3 months, to me, I'm gonna lose interest in the game. I'm gonna go play Tetris 99 or something. Like, I'm out. I'm gonna go do something else. Each year, more and more games come out, and I have a backlog of games. I have games I'm waiting for. My attention will be pulled as a gamer. My attention will be pulled as easily as the attention of an adolescent just in this day and age. My attention is just whoop gone. Bye. See you later. Oh, what's this cool meme we're making? I'm out. So those are some of the cons. They need to kind of come bring it. The pro for the game is it's a fresh take on your character. You get to fly, you get to shoot. It's a fresh take on that. The flying, especially. The story is hands down really great. I loved it, and I hope you guys do too. They need a little bit more time, and in this day and age, time is one of the things a game has the least of. If it flops, it will come back. I believe it's going to come back. I've seen too many games come back. Sea of Thieves came out with little content. They came back. People will say, if you're watching on Twitch, if you're a Twitch watcher, people will say it was because of one person streaming it. But there are so many people that play games that don't stream or watch. So Division 1 came back. Division 2 is coming out. But anyway, I'm going to come out with a review for the Strongholds. Hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you very, very soon.